Welcome, foolish mortals.
Time to be turning around. If only you could.
Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Hey, Henry, what's holding you up? Let's get on with the show. We can't hang around here all day.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
There's no turning back now.
This is the greatest show!
It's coming on the burning lights. With the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true. It's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Now it's time for the WDW Beyond the Gates podcast with your hosts, Michael Hurley and Gary Aruda. That's right. This is the WDW Beyond the Gates podcast, episode number 536, recorded from the D. Fauntleroy Studios in Kent County, Rhode Island, in sunny Southwest Florida. I'm your host, Gary, joined, as always, by my co-host and my cousin Mike down in Florida. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing well.
What's new in your neck of the woods?
Your buddy played golf with us yesterday.
Who's that?
Alex.
Alex Detweiler?
Yeah.
How'd he play?
He was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the pass this weekend.
He got the pass this weekend.
Nice. And then you had lunch with the little one.
Yep. We had little Bobby over there.
Nice. You guys have like an intellectual connection between you and the 4-month-old, right?
Yeah,
you guys are kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we drool, and we just chew our knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Hey, that's the life, man. Trust me, that's the life. How was golf for you? You said you started with a double and then you didn't make another one until 16?
I played well.
That's good playing.
I played well, and I told Kristen, this is fantastic. So like we were walking roadie, and I'm like, I started with a double, and I had one of those putts that was dead center, but I hit it a little too hard.
Oh yeah.
So it like rolled over the hole. So I mean, I could have had a flawless front side, no double bogeys. And then I turned, I went bogey, bogey, par, bogey, bogey, bogey. I'm feeling real. I'm looking at my scorecard. I go, this could be an 86. And then it happened.
That's because you looked at the scorecard.
Yeah, it always happened. Well, I'm concerned about quota points.
Yeah,
I'm a team guy, so I'm picking everybody up.
That must have been a good quota day for you then.
Yeah, I think it was +6, so I wouldn't be surprised if I won the overall, and now my quota points will go up. You know what Kristen said to me?
What's that? I
was giving her the rundown, double and then bogey, 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 par. But she's like, I thought you played well. And unfortunately, I didn't have that button on our walk.
That's a lot of bogeys. Like, I guess she'll understand that we're bogey golfers. That's par for us.
If you went 44, 46 at Sarah Bay, you'd be feeling pretty good, wouldn't you?
90 there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Something nice about like 88 and lower just feels good, doesn't it?
It does.
Like the difference between 90 and 88 is monumental.
It really is. Psychologically, everything about it.
Even 89, it's like, just about 90. But 88, it's like, okay, I'm where I should be. And then anything lower than that is just an absolute bonus.
And number 15, I pulled an iron, so I'm like right by that left bunker.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can do is hit a 60-degree wedge.
Yeah.
So I hit the 60 and I lopped it up and went over the pin was right next to the bunker, so I had no green to work with, and it rolled by about 25 feet. So I got a 25-footer downhill. I'm just praying for the 2-putt. Make the 2-putt bogey. Let's get out of here. Let's go.
That's what you got to do. You can't make big numbers.
Pin it at somebody's, shin.
Right.
And you're like,
into
I'm
the
out.
Other bunker. Yeah.
Yep. You grab a handful of your nuts or whatever your
peanuts you're talking about, right?
Food. Yeah. Yes. I'm talking about like my cashews or I don't know what you're.
Oh, that's good though. That's good. No, so you went double, 16, 17.
Yeah, and then I hit my drive and I was on the side of the bunker from number 10. So I had one of those where you got to hit it like a baseball.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of choke down. You have no idea. And
Mhm.
hit a decent 6-iron, which left me about 160, but we were dead into the wind. So it played about 180.
Yeah.
And I caught a flyer and flew the green, but I still made my bogey. So,
There you go.
yeah,
Still solid, like 92.
played with the same golf ball.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, should we get into the topic this week?
Yeah. I don't have the TV on this week because you called me out about my ADD.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to
Yeah.
try to fix it without
All right, there we
like,
go.
taking drugs. So there's no TV on. You have my undivided attention.
That could be a dangerous thing, isn't it?
Yeah. You kind of like it when I'm just like a 4-month-old drooling and watching the Celtics in the background, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. That you only don't have the TV on because there's nothing on to watch.
Yeah, that's true. I always got YouTubes and,
That's true.
you know, you're watching YouTubes about your next contract. You know how it goes.
That's true. That's a good point. So when this episode comes out, we're recording a little ahead because we're both traveling, as we said last week. But when this episode comes out, I will be 1 day away from being in Disney. And I did purchase the dining plan.
Yeah.
I did the Disney dining plan, not the quick service one. So I get one quick service, one sit down, one snack per night per person. I think I made good use of my table service reservations to get a good bang for my buck. I was going through stuff we wanted to do, but also a mix of like good value things.
We talked about that on one of our previous shows.
We talked
when
about
did your
that
trip review. Yep.
during the trip review.
Trip
But
preview.
yes. One thing we didn't talk about was the quick serve because
We don't talk much. We don't talk a lot of quick serve on our shows.
It's not something we plan on. It's just something that I went to this place and it was good, and or it wasn't good, and we'll talk about it. But I'm thinking what I really want to do. I said it before we started recording. I want to maximize my profitability here, my value, if you will.
Yeah, I mean,
dining plan.
You've already told me that you're working on your P&L statement for this trip. So
yeah. So I spent for 9 nights. For 2 adults and 2 kids, it was $2,231.46 for the dining plan. It's a split stay, so I'm going to end up with 8 mugs, but that's neither here nor there. So we could take the cost of the mugs. We'll take that out of it eventually, which is what, $22 per mug times
somewhere
8?
around there, sure.
So I'll do that math after the fact, but I definitely want to break even, and I want to try to get the really good value. So with the sit downs, I have some good value sit downs on the agenda that are going to really, eat into it. It comes out to $94.28 per adult per day.
Okay.
So you need to really, spend some money on it. The kids' price is actually a bargain, $29.
Oh, is that not a bargain or what?
I feel like that's great for a sit down. Like we're doing a lot of buffets, which are $30 like you already pay for the kids meal with the buffets for
right, with all the character nonsense that you're doing. Exactly.
Right. But outside of that, I'm thinking of the quick serves. How do you best maximize your dining plan credit at the quick serve? So I thought it'd be a good topic. We go through some of the places that we might actually want to eat at, maybe what some of the higher priced entrees are if they sound good, and see if it makes sense if we get a good value out of it.
All right.
So I went through the parks and a few of the resorts to see what I thought would be the best bang for the buck. And I'm going to start off by saying I took Magic Kingdom right out of the equation.
I did too.
For 2 reasons. One, their quick serves aren't very good. And 2, they don't serve alcohol. And the way to maximize this dining plan is to order alcohol with all your quick serves, because you can get one, if you're 21 and older, you can get one alcoholic beverage with your quick service meals. So if you're at Magic Kingdom, you get an $18 meal and a dessert and you get no alcohol, you're missing out. At these other places, you can get a specialty cocktail or a beer, you're adding $10-12 per meal in value. So I took Magic Kingdom right out of the equation. So if we're in Magic Kingdom, we're not doing a quick serve. We're going to go over to a resort and eat our quick serve or another park.
Okay.
So I don't know. Did you have any Magic Kingdoms in your list?
Oh, no, absolutely not. No.
I didn't think so. And we're really talking value here over anything. And I started in Epcot, and I picked. I had 3 that
Oh,
really jumped out at me from Epcot. Did you
okay.
have any? What did you have from Epcot? How many did you have?
I don't have any from Epcot either.
No, no. Okay,
No, because you know why? You just the Skyline connects you anywhere you want to go.
that's true.
So
That's a
my
good point.
my recommendation always is to get out of the parks when it's hot and there's a ton of people.
Yeah, but the first one on my Epcot list you might like. It's Katsura Grill.
I
Great
love
value.
Katsura Grill.
Great value on the dining plan, I think. They have a couple menu options that are over $15, including the beef udon noodle bowl, which you like,
Love that.
$15.99.
Yep.
They have a chicken cutlet curry for $15.99, and they have a pork ramen for $15.99.
Now, before you go with that chicken cutlet, you might want to. Fat Panda did a vlog,
Yeah,
and he ordered it twice.
and he didn't like it.
It wasn't even undercooked. It was, as Gordon Ramsay would say, it's effing raw. Oh, it made me sick just looking at it. Like he cut into it and like you just start gagging because it's bloodier than a rare steak. I'm like, how does that happen?
That's
Not twice, not once, but twice.
Same thing. Wow,
Yeah, it was the same thing.
that's not good. So I did the math on Katsura Grill. If you order that pork ramen for $15.99, get a draft beer for $10.50, and a $6 dessert, you are getting $32.50 worth of value out of that dining plan. One credit there. So that's a pretty good bang for your buck, don't you think?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options there at Katsura Grill, which are all in that range. I mean, they have a chicken and beef teriyaki bowl for $16.
Mm-hmm.
You can get sushi, $10 to $14 for the sushi, the udon bowls that you like. Now, there's 2 on here, and I don't understand. There's one that says beef udon for $11, another one that says beef udon for $15.99. This is also going off all ears, so I don't know if there's just a typo in there. If there's like a smaller portion or something. But either way, they even have a grilled chicken salad for $14, so you kind of pretty good options there.
Yeah.
Even the kids menu, which I didn't take into account too much, but the kids menu, teriyaki chicken and shrimp $9.50, beef and shrimp teriyaki $9.50. So $10 for a kids menu is kind of pricey as well for the quick serve. So good bang for your buck there. Also at Epcot, moving right along in World Showcase, I'm going to the Regal Eagle Smokehouse.
Yeah, I thought about it. I did think about it.
Now, 2 reasons. One, I do want to try this. So this is going to be a very likely place that we do actually hit up. And the second reason
about our YouTube channel right now,
and promote that. And
well, yeah, because you'll definitely be vlogging this. I would assume.
I will vlog Regal Eagle. I'll give
Okay.
a review. I'll do some of that good stuff. So they have a thing called the American Platter for $18.99. So that's the most expensive option for an entree on that menu. It comes with a choice of 3 meats, a choice of a side, and garlic toast, $18.99. But even like like the burger's $13.49. That's a decent price. You can get just a pulled pork, pork ribs for $15.99. Burnt end fries with $12.99. So there's some good options on here. But if you go with the American Platter for $18.99, you can get the Tennessee lemonade cocktail for $14.
It's
And
a little too sweet for me, but that's fine.
I like that, like a whiskey lemonade. I do enjoy that. And then a dessert for $4.99. They have a couple options. They're both $4.99. I'm at $38.
Just at a quick serve.
Just at a quick serve for presumably lunch or dinner, I suppose. So $38. That's another good bang for your buck. And then I'm moving right down. I'm in Mexico. La Cantina de San Angel. Another great bang for your buck. And the reason, again, is the cocktail, because they have margaritas, $13, $14, $15 cocktails on the menu there that you can get. So they have and their desserts are actually a little pricier. They have a $8 dessert that you can get, a churro sundae. But some of the entree prices, empanadas con queso for $14, chicken tacos $15.25, $14.75 for a arroz con pollo bowl, which is chicken and shrimp. Tacos de barbacoa $16. Taco
Those
trio
barbacoa
15.
taco parts are to die for.
Okay, that's what I put on
you
this.
could put barbacoa in an envelope and it would be
it's
good.
gonna be pretty good.
It's just gonna seep. The grease is just gonna seep through right through that
Yeah.
legal size envelope.
So that's gonna be your best bang for the buck. $16 for that. I did like a regular margarita for $12.75, and the $7.99 dessert. You're at $36.75 there. Again, we're pretty good. We're in that. I think anything above 30, you're doing pretty good, because you figure your one service sit down is gonna be between 50 and 70, probably with cocktails included.
Yep.
So
So
depending
if
on
Doc wants, does she drink soft drinks or no?
No, she'll just get like an ice water, basically.
An ice water. Because you know what was nice? We used to do the prefix at over in France, over Le Chefs de France.
Oh, yes.
So I would order a glass of wine. She'd order a glass of wine. So we'd have 2 glasses of wine. And like I told the waiter, it's for her, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, he goes, you want a Coke or something? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I'll just give you a Coke.
Yeah, a lot of the sit downs will do that. At the quick service, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're right about that. But even if she wants a lemonade, I'll pay $4 for the
You
lemonade.
pay $4 so that you can get a $16 cocktail. Right. I totally understand.
All right. So that basically wraps up my best options at EPCOT for choice and cost.
Is this going to be like the golfer? Like reading greens and stuff? Like, are you going to be standing in line and just pull that thing out of your back pocket and got your Excel spreadsheet?
Doing the math.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to order something I don't want to eat.
Over in Norway, that's $2 more. I think I can really beat the system here.
I mean, I don't want to get like a $6 hot dog and use a quick service for it, if that's what you're trying to say.
No. I'm not talking about that.
But yeah, for the cocktail, you got to order the most expensive cocktail if you're going to have a cocktail anyway. Right? Don't you think?
Yeah, that's why I'd have Susie, because I don't drink those things.
Yeah, but even a beer is like $12.
We established that right at the beginning.
Yeah,
my
but you're even gonna
level.
Right, but you got a bang for your buck with a beer. If you got a Bud Light,
you
on
can,
draft,
yeah, you can, sure.
So that's still.
But then again, I don't like to just have that one Bud Light.
That could be a problem.
It's going to be warm. It's going to go down like water. It's going to taste delicious, and then I'm going to want 13 or 14 more.
Yeah, and if that's at like 11:30 a.m., that could be a problem.
That's not going to be a good play. It's not going to be a good play.
That's a bad play, is what you're saying.
Right.
All right. So you said
play at the time, but
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's
all
just
right. So you're saving your quick serve for the resorts. Do you want to chime in anything here, or you want to wait till the end when we get to the resorts?
Yeah, we can wait till the end.
All right.
It kind of went location by location.
That's what I'm doing. So you have nothing at Magic Kingdom, nothing at EPCOT that made your list.
I have nothing at Magic Kingdom. I have nothing at EPCOT, but I do have some EPCOT area resort.
All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in the resort section.
Okay.
How about Animal Kingdom? Do you have anything there?
I do have something at Animal Kingdom.
All right. Why don't you start off with Animal Kingdom? I'm curious to hear what you have.
I have one of the best values around, which is Flame Tree Barbecue.
Okay. You can really rack it up there. You're right. I personally didn't pick that because of Regal Eagle. I didn't want to just do barbecue everywhere.
And I didn't do Regal Eagle because of Flame Tree Barbecue. So
I get it. It makes sense to me. So tell me about it. Tell me what we got going on.
I think the food overall is pretty good for a quick service.
I've eaten there before. I do like it. I enjoy it.
We've eaten there a number of times. Yeah, food's okay. There's not a lot of great quick service options at Animal Kingdom. Like I'll tell you, I've called it a cheerleader place for years, but when I was over there with Ken and his wife, Satuli, yeah, it was good. It was really good.
I put that on my list. I have Satuli on there, but I'm trying to pull up the Flame Tree Barbecue menu, and my browser's going a little slow. But Satuli, I put that on my list as a good bang for the buck, because you can get that like combo bowl and
Yeah.
that's $17.49.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was looking at.
They have a margarita you can get for $14, or you can get a beer for like 10, 11 bucks. And that dessert they have, which I don't really like it, but you get it anyway. It's $5.79, so you're looking at $37.25 for a quick service there. So that's a pretty good bang for your buck as well. Here we go. So I had Satuli on my list for Animal Kingdom. I also had one which I didn't expect it to make the list. I just looked at it because I was going through everything. The Yak and Yeti quick service parts.
I thought it went downhill just a little bit, parts.
Okay, but some of the entrees sound really interesting, and they're not cheap. I thought it was going to be like $11.99, just fried rice and stuff. They have a firecracker shrimp for $17.99. They had like a Korean barbecue beef brisket that's on there. So an $18 entree on the quick serve is definitely a good bang for your buck. And I do like shrimp, so that's not like just ordering it because it's the most expensive. Like that actually sounds pretty good to me. Let me get Flame Tree Barbecue opened up here. See what the best option is there. Because they have the same thing. They have like that meat platter thing too, right? That's probably like 18, 20 bucks or so.
Sure.
Curious if they have any specialty cocktails or if it's just beer. That's the other thing too. There's a lot of the quick service just have beer or wine. And those are like 10, 11 bucks, but some of them have the specialty cocktails that could be 15, 16, 17 bucks, which really helps jack up the price. And the other nice thing about the quick serves, you don't have to worry about gratuity.
Oh, look at you.
Well, there's not even a spot for it. It's not like it's an option.
Look at you. Oh, this is fantastic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you tip a lot at the quick serves at Disney?
Yeah, but you got excited about it.
I'm just saying, like, the more you order, the more expensive your table service meal is, you have to tip off that price. So if you rack it up to a few $100, all of a sudden you're leaving a $60 tip, as opposed to the quick serve. No matter how high it goes, there's no extra 20% on top of it. That's all I'm saying. I think I'm going to tap out on this Flame Tree. It doesn't seem to want to cooperate.
Okay.
I don't know. I had all these tabs open, and now they're all frozen over here on my second screen. I'm just glad the StreamYard's still working. That's all.
You're clear as day, parts.
Crystal clear. I do have the Yak and Yeti open though. So some of the entrees, they have the American Kobe beef cheeseburger for $18.99.
And the one inside, Mike Nelson always says is the
good.
best burger on property.
If it's similar, then we're looking pretty good. American Kobe beef with American cheese, lettuce, tomato, and Asian pickles with French fries, $18.99. They have a Korean barbecue rib tips, pecan smoked St. Louis rib tips glazed in Korean barbecue sauce with French fries, $16.99. Sweet and sour shrimp for $16.99. Korean fried chicken sandwich for $15.99.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
That does sound pretty good. And then they have the firecracker shrimp, breaded shrimp tossed in a spicy firecracker sauce, served with fresh vegetables and white rice. That was the $17.99.
That sounds good.
That's
a solid choice.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said that. No,
that's probably what I would go with.
Overall.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff over there. They do have like a cocktail that's $11, but it's grapefruit flavor, and I don't like grapefruit, so I went with the Safari Amber for $11.
Tell me about this.
For my Yak and Yeti. It's just a beer. It's just an amber beer. I've had it before. It's like the Animal Kingdom exclusive beer.
It's like their signature beer.
Yeah, exactly.
So
$36.50. Yeah, you can get it at like Dawa Bar. I think they have it at Flame Tree as well. Yeah, Yak and Yeti $36.50 for a credit, and then Satuli was $37.25 for a quick serve, and then Flame Tree I'm sure is in that same range. I wish I could get it to work, but I can't right now. So we'll have to punt on that. How about Hollywood Studios? Did you pick anything over there?
No, I did not.
So I ended up picking. I looked through them all. None of them really struck me, and then I got to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Docking Bay 7.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's probably garbage. And then I looked at the menu parts. Have you looked at that menu?
Yeah, I've eaten there.
You've eaten at Docking Bay 7? It wasn't very good?
I got the pronto wrap or whatever they call it.
Oh, no, that's different. That's like the little cart where they have the Ronto wrap. This is a different quick serve, Docking Bay 7. I think it's right next to it. I can't even look. They have the option I picked was the Batuan beef stir fry. And that is a smoked braised beef glazed in tamarind sauce and served with stir-fried vegetables, crispy herbed yucca, pickled onions, and cilantro for $19.99. They also have a tuna poke bowl, raw tuna tossed in a spicy sriracha dressing and served with green papaya salad, pickled mushrooms, fresh herbs, and crispy garlic, $18.49. They have a hot chicken tip yip, it's called. Crispy chicken glazed in a spicy chipotle sauce and served with white rice and a relish of sweet corn, peppers, jicama, plantains, and cilantro, $16.29. And then they have a non-spicy version of that, also $16.29. They have smoked ribs for $16.99. And actually, you're right. I apologize. They do have the Ronto wrap in there as well for $12.99. You weren't a fan of the Ronto wrap?
No, because we did eat in that one. We didn't go to that cart. We ate in there. It was fine. We got it for breakfast. I think it was like it had scrambled eggs. It was fine. It was a filler, but it wasn't. Yeah.
But for a $19.99 entree and a $15 cocktail and an $8 dessert, you're at $42.79 for a quick service credit there. So that's the highest one yet. So you can get a good bang for your buck. And the cocktail actually sounds pretty good. They have a bunch of different specialty cocktails, and this one is called the Surly Sarlacc. Kettle One vodka, limeade, raspberry, and spicy mango flavors for $15. Then they have another one which sounds very sweet, but it has kiwi, which I don't like kiwi. That one was $17. So you could even have a $17 cocktail there. Your price could be even higher, up to $45 almost. So that was my only Hollywood Studios option. But again, you have a Skyliner right there. There's options, and there's a place that I know that you really love. That's an option that's not far.
So before we get over there, I do have the Flame Tree Barbecue.
Oh, you got it to work?
Yeah, I got it up. Right. So if you want to look at this, this actually sounds like something I might try for the beverages.
Okay.
It's called the Island Breeze. It's $14. Is it Perot Bay Coconut Rum? Is that how you? Okay. Is the T silent?
I don't know how to say it. Yeah, probably.
Parrot, whatever. Perot Bay Coconut Rum with layers of frozen mango and raspberry.
Okay.
That sounds like a good, refreshing drink on a hot Animal Kingdom day.
Yeah.
So they've got a number of specialty cocktails, but you're looking at the entrees now. The ribs, chicken, and pulled pork sampler checking in at $18.99. St. Louis ribs with marinated, slow-smoked chicken and smoked pulled pork served with signature baked beans and coleslaw.
That sounds good. Their baked beans used to be really good. I don't know if they still are the same ones, but
it's
they used
been
to have
a while.
Really good baked beans, yeah.
And then they have the ribs and chicken combo, and they have the St. Louis rib dinner, half a chicken, and then they've got a couple sandwiches and a salad that, if you're trying to
save calories
beat
and
Disney at the game, you're not going to go with those, but
you can't go with that. Yeah.
Their highest priced entree is a penny less than $19. Then you add that $14 cocktail, you're looking at $33
and a dessert,
$32.99 plus the only dessert they're showing right now. It is called. It's basically just a cupcake.
Yeah, so probably like $5 or $6
cupcake.
Right?
Yeah, it's like $6.29.
So you're at like $41.
You're looking at like 40 change. So
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. That's definitely a good value. And like I said, if I hadn't done Regal Eagle, I probably would put that on there. So I guess it would be one of those two would be on my
sure.
to-do list. All right. So we eliminated Magic Kingdom. We had one at Hollywood Studios, a couple at Animal Kingdom, few at Epcot. Now we're going to get to the resorts parts. This is your time to shine.
That's right.
So why don't you give it to me? Talk about your resorts here.
So I've got a Magic Kingdom resort.
Okay.
And it's actually taking the boat over to your favorite resort and going over to Roaring Fork.
Okay, that's on my list as well.
Pull up that menu. So you've looked at that menu. They've got a sneaky good menu, do they not?
Sneaky good menu, yes. I thought I lost you there for a second. My whole screen went blank. I'm having big time technology issues here tonight.
You are. It could be time. It happened to me a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think I just got too much stuff open. It's really giving me problems.
You know
here,
what we need to do?
What's that?
We need to look real professional, especially because we're putting this on our YouTube channel. We need tablets like the news people do. But we got to make sure the camera it's visible to the camera.
I see.
So I'd have to have like my, let's see. There we go. Checking it.
You want to have it like in the background.
Yeah, I got to hold it like this so the camera sees it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I've got Whispering Canyon Cafe checking in at number 15.
I think I'm gonna have to give up on the menus here. Every time I try to click over to my save tabs, my computer wants to kill itself.
And this thing's about ready to crash, isn't it?
It seems like it. We're on a razor's edge here, so let's just keep moving forward. I have my notes though. But I had Roaring Fork on mine. I looked at the barbecue brisket and burnt ends platter for $16.99.
Yep.
A nice cold beer for $10.50, and then like an $8 dessert. You're at $35.50 for a quick service there. But there were some other good options. They had like a roasted garlic chicken or something. I think. I remember.
How good did that sound?
It sounded pretty good. And that was like only $1 or $2 less than the other.
And I think that was the one that kind of put it over the edge, because I would necessarily recommend going all the way over to Wilderness Lodge if you're at Magic Kingdom and not staying there just to grab lunch. But they just have a couple of menu items that I was like,
Now,
that could warrant a trip over there.
I would say as I'm staying there, it's definitely on my agenda. And there's another place that's also considered a quick service that not too far from Roaring Fork.
You know it.
And it's Geyser Point. And you want to talk about bang for your buck. Because it's connected to that bar, I think you have like full access to any cocktail you want with your dining plan credit. So you can get a bison cheeseburger for $21, which is I like that. I've had that before. It's very good. If you're going to do a dirter, that's up there for a Disney burger. As good as it gets.
Is it as flavorful?
Yeah, it's just not as fatty.
But it still has that.
It's got a lot of beef
flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. It's a little like I guess you could say like gamier. Yeah, like gamier. It's just like it's good though. I like it. They have a bourbon breeze for $17. That is something that I would order. And a dessert for $7. So at Geyser Point, you can get a quick serve for $44 if you go that route, which is the highest one that I could come up with. That was the most expensive quick serve credit I could use when I looked. But where else did you see as far as the resorts go?
I've got another sneaky one over at Art of Animation, Landscape of Flavors. I love the quick service over there.
Yeah, it's a good quick service. I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, you did a breakfast review back probably before you even had kids, I'm thinking.
It was when I only had one, but yes.
Okay, you had all right.
Yeah, that was a good breakfast. Now that's the other thing. Breakfast is definitely not a good use of a quick service credit. Just
No.
out of the gate, because you don't get a dessert, and you don't. You can still get a cocktail, I suppose. You can get like a can of beer from the quick serve and take it with you.
Yeah.
Throw it in your room
Like
fridge.
one of those mixed Bloody Mary,
Yeah, ooh, those are bad, by the way.
Oh, are they
Those
pretty bad?
pre-mixed Bloody Marys in the can, they're not very good. Some of the pre-mixed cocktails in the cans are okay, but the Bloody Mary one I do not enjoy. I've had that before. That's neither here nor there. So what are some of the good entree options at Art of Animation?
I am pulling it up right now, Pards.
Okay.
Ba-dum-bump, ba-dum-bump, ba-dum-bump.
Because they have all the basics, which aren't going to be super expensive, like
Yeah, I mean
burgers,
they've got your
flatbreads.
pizzas, a flatbread, your burgers, your See, this I've had, the Land and Sea Burger. Beef burger
okay.
topped with a zesty shrimp cake,
Interesting.
arugula, tomato, dill pickle, and remoulade sauce.
That sounds pretty good.
That sounds pretty good.
What's that
Got
one?
this
Like
thing
18
called an
bucks?
Italian sausage mixed grill.
Okay. That sounds
So
okay
it's
to me.
got potatoes, bell peppers, onions. So
Yeah.
it's almost like outside of Fenway Park,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
without
absolutely.
Yep.
Without the bun. Yeah.
Says it's on it in buttery bread.
Oh, so it is served
So
with
it's a mixed grill on bread.
That's good. That sounds pretty good. How much does that thing run you?
$12.79.
That's not that expensive.
They've
That
got the
sounds good.
Mongolian beef, which sounds pretty clean, served with steamed white rice and vegetables.
Yeah, that's like a Chinese
So that's
takeout
after
kind
4
of thing.
days of having garbage.
Yeah.
The mojo roasted chicken or the mojo roasted chicken.
Moho. Yeah, it's
Moho.
moho, yeah. Some good options. I mean, that's the nice thing about the food courts, like even Pop Century. There's always different options, and there's usually a lot of options.
And I would never recommend this, but now that the Skyline is there, like I said, just get out of Hollywood Studios and
That's a good point. Yeah.
take a trip over there, kind of walk around. A lot of people who've never stayed there just go walk around the lobby, check out the resort, and
Now,
jump
what
back
about-
on the Skyliner and go back to your park.
Now, one of the places I didn't look at, because I figured you might talk about it, is Primo Piatto. Did that make your list?
Yeah, that's my number one overall
Okay.
quick service.
Even price wise, is it your best bang for your buck too?
I don't know.
Because these aren't necessarily like the best ones.
No, it's not.
These are good ones. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to eat garbage just because it's more expensive. But I mean, there's a point. There's a breaking point for sure. But Primo
The
Piatto
refillable
is,
mug is $22, by the way, $21.99.
which one? I'm sorry.
I'm talking the refillable mug,
Oh, $21.99.
$21.99. Yeah.
So I'm getting 8 of those things. I'm already chipping away right now, Pards.
Now, why did you not look at Primo Piatto?
Because I assumed you would. And I was trying not to do too many double ups. I know it's high on your
That's
list.
fair.
I looked at a lot of the boardwalk area quick serves, and there's just nothing that really is that good. Boardwalk
because
Deli is good.
if you're
but-
in between meals and you're a little hungry, you'll just go get a French dip over at the Boardwalk
but
Deli.
you should pay out of pocket for that.
Yep.
I think, in my opinion.
So they've got a beef bolognese,
Okay.
slow braised beef bolognese pasta, herbs parmesan, $15. That sounds fantastic, doesn't it?
That's good. Yeah. That's like a dinner. 8:00 at night. You're done with the parks. You want to just have like a nice hearty dinner. Because that's gonna fill you up. That's heavy with the pasta and everything. But
Yeah.
it sounds really good. And then same thing. They just have like the beers and the pre-mixed cocktails there. They don't have
for the
anything
most
crazy.
part. They've got I'm looking at desserts. They've got a tiramisu.
Yep.
That's fine. They've got a gelato selection, which would be
Yeah. the
very
gelato's
unique.
good.
You don't see many of those at quick services.
No, that's true.
Yeah. So what else do you have?
That was really it. I had Geyser Point and Roaring Fork as my main 2 resort ones, and then I was looking like even like Captain Cook's, and just the prices weren't high enough. Believe it or not. Like the most expensive entree was like $11.50. I was like, well, I'm sure it's good, and I'm not saying not to do it, but if you're really trying to maximize the bang for the buck, it might not crack the list.
A lot of people love Captain Cook's too. It's just not high on my list.
It's not your style.
Yeah, those coconut meatballs were, they were okay. The nachos we had one time are okay.
Right, but I like that kind of food.
Yeah,
so I might really like it. I might try
Right.
it, but I can understand if that's not your like preferred style of food, you're not going to enjoy it. It's very Polynesian, like Chinese takeout kind of stuff.
Right, and we've discussed that. I have Chinese once a year, and I'm fine
Right.
with it. And you
It's
could
my
have it a
favorite.
couple times a week.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's why Yak and Yeti really jumped out at me in the Katsura Grill. Like those are like the Asian takeout kind of
We
things
have
I
to
really
do that.
like.
You still never done that. Didn't you just sit with me during the Jarman's trip?
Yeah, we
And
went and watched
I
you
had.
eat. Yeah.
Did you even get a green tea, or did you just say how much you hate it?
I don't like green tea. You had me
Yeah.
try it, and I didn't
You
enjoy
still
it.
didn't like it, huh?
No, not my thing.
That is an absolute gem. That place.
It's so nice up there. You
Oh,
like
with the
walk up the
bonsai
steps. Yeah.
trees and a koi fish pond. It's just such a gorgeous place. You can listen to the concerts.
No, that might be a perfect one. And you go in, like, stay in a beach club, just walk in through that, and
Yeah,
just
it's
go get a
so
bite to eat.
shaded. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that place.
Yeah, like we're at the pool and we decide we want to go get a lunch or something. We just go in, dry up, and walk over into
Yeah.
Katsura Grill and hang out in Epcot for an hour and then come back. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else. I mean, I'm sure there's other. I didn't even look at Disney Springs 'cause I don't plan on spending a lot of time there, but I'm sure there's a lot of good bang for your buck over there.
You know
like
what? I had actually one on
Okay.
my list because I think that is the spot for quick service
It's great. There's a ton
because
of
they
great
have
ones.
to compete because they're all independent for the most part franchises.
Right, like Cooks
And
of
there's
Dublin.
so much competition. That's exactly what I had on my list with Cooks of Dublin.
That's a good
That
one.
is a phenomenal quick service.
Like Morimoto Street Food would be good.
Morimoto, yes.
The Wine Bar George quick service.
I've been there. That place
Yeah.
is no, I haven't been there, but I was at the Jose Andre or what
Oh, okay, yeah.
when I stayed last year over at Saratoga Springs. I mean, their quick service hands down. But you're not going to leave the Magic Kingdom to grab a quick service over at
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs just to turn around and go back. Plus, you
Right.
can't take the bus to and from. So you know.
I mean, if you happen to be there, if
Yeah.
you're spending an afternoon there, then yeah, it's a great use of a quick service.
But don't you you're a fan of Cooks of Dublin, aren't you?
I haven't been there in a long time, but we liked Raglan Road when we ate there.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, Disney. Don't sleep on the Disney Springs ones. There's a lot over there.
No, they're really good. Really good.
That could be a whole separate episode in the future. Best quick serves at Disney Springs.
We've probably got another 12 years of episodes just on food. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I mean, I think we repeat them, but our opinions change enough where it's okay. It's still fresh.
We've got new listeners. We've got people leaving. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure we got people leaving.
Yeah, not as many as you might think.
No, that's
Why
true.
you think?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I just couldn't pass up the opportunity
To self-deprecate?
to self-deprecate. Yeah,
exactly.
but I don't know. I don't have anything else to add. Should we wrap things up here?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right. You mentioned the YouTube page. Go to youtube.com/@WDWBTG. Check out some of these dining reviews. There's some of the places we've mentioned. You can find videos about those restaurants. You have room reviews. We have transportation. We have our episodes up there. So go to the YouTube page. It's really kind of our one-stop shop. You get the episodes now, and
Episodes are up there. Yes.
you get all our other reviews. So it's the best place to consume our content for sure. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at WDWBTG, our Facebook group, WDW Beyond the Gates Podcast Family. You can obviously download this wherever you get podcasts, subscribe, leave us a review. You can go to our website, WDWBTG.com. You can email the show, info@WDWBTG.com, Mike at WDWBTG.com, and Gary at WDWBTG.com. Is there anything else that I've left out?
No, sir.
All right, that's going to do it for episode number 536 of the WDW Beyond the Gates podcast. For my co-host Mike, my name is Gary. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. M-I-C
See you real soon.
K-E-Y
Why? Because we like you.
M-O